Ian. I'm here with the god of Triple Rax Reaper, Kalizar, TVC Master, and the master of Phoenix DT, the one and only Ro.32.
What an introduction, Snoot.
How are you doing, boys?
I'm doing great. What a great introduction. I wasn't sure if you were actually going to take it. I was putting you on the spot, but you just went with it.
I'm not a shy person.
No, you're a natural.
I'm okay.
Yeah, that was really good, actually.
Yeah, that was
impressed.
You like being called a Triple Rax Reaper expert, right? Mr. Colgate.
Makes me feel important.
You are very important to us.
You are
Diego.
important.
You're important to the North American scene, to the South American scene.
And to the well-being of every single Zerg out there.
We're getting ready to hop into our next best of 5 of the day. It's going to be MarineLorD versus TLO. Should be a very good series. Hopefully you guys at home are having fun watching HomeStory Cup 14, powered by MIFCOM, of course. As we're still well, a little more than halfway through at day 2, but still plenty of good StarCraft to come. And I'm excited for this series, guys, because we've got Mr. Creativity himself spawning in the right bottom side of Frozen Temple. Of course, he is representing Team Liquid. And I quote him this morning. He's like, wow, I just don't lose anymore. It's TLO. He actually said that. He looked at his match history and he's like, wow, I just don't lose.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
I'm just watching the banter between these guys. I don't know if we can get the chat log up, but in the intro, MarineLorD was saying some stuff about the baboon or something. That's something he would do, right?
Of course, over here on the left top side of Frozen Temple, representing Millennium, it's Mr. Not Bad, Not Bad, Not Bad himself. It's MarineLorD.
Ooh, he's going for a banter special.
Oh, who would have thought?
God. I swear to God, if I see like one more tournament with Reapers opening up against TVZ, I'm done, guys. Like, I heard there is another great RTS out there somewhere. I haven't found it yet, but rumor has it. I've seen enough Reapers in my lifetime. I have no idea how you look in the mirror at night, Diego, and go to bed afterwards, knowing the things you've done. Did you see how sad you made Lambo yesterday?
No.
He was devastated.
Really?
Yes.
But there was one game I beat him in late game.
Yeah, but that's after Reapers.
But he killed all the Reapers. I didn't kill one drone.
Still, you put him out of his element with your Reapers.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll take it.
All right, since you are the resident Reaper expert, obviously we want to hear your thoughts about the opening and what do you think is going to happen. And TLO is one of the very few Zergs out there that, from what I know, doesn't complain that much about this build, right, Jens?
Yeah. I was talking to him about Triple Rax Reaper because, you know, it was the
topic
thing.
of the day.
Everyone were talking about this yesterday. And TLO was just like, no, I don't think it's a problem. Like, you just got to defend well.
It's so funny. You can have like all the great Zergs worldwide, you know, like the Darks and everything. You line them up and everybody can say like, this is pretty hard. And Dario would just disagree with all of them. He's like, no, guys.
You just need to position your Zerglings properly. Then you put the queens in this spot. And then if he moves here, then you can go here. And then you just do this and this and this. And then you defend.
What do you have to say about that, Diego?
I'm pretty curious, actually. I haven't seen TLO playing
me too.
CVT in a long time.
Well,
But,
I'm on the same team as TLO, and he tried to teach me, but I couldn't understand.
So far, it seems pretty standard. He stopped mining gas, and he's just going for speed links, making
Yeah,
queens.
speedling defense.
Yeah. So
Which I feel like what I've heard from a lot of the other Zergs at this tournament is that you can absolutely deal with Reapers if it's, you know, like the 2 racks opening and you make a couple queens, you rely on speedlings. But if it's 3 racks Reaper and they keep building Reapers...
Oh, this is ambitious by MarineLorD going this deep. But
so far it's kind of working out for him.
Yeah, he knows that the link speed timing is not there just yet. TLO going for the queen block, links coming in as well. Well, this is too ambitious by MarineLorD.
Yeah, it's starting to be kind of rough. 3 Reapers are going to get picked up over here. Well done by Dario.
Yeah, man, I'm having like Kespa Cup flashbacks.
He did end up losing 5 drones, but of course killing 5 Reapers is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
He is, however, 5 workers behind.
No, this is great for TLO.
yeah, this was really good because he didn't lose any queens, which is surprising. I saw 2 queens very low.
Yeah.
But
So was Dr. Dario right all along, guys? You just have to position the queens properly.
Or is it just MarineLorD? If this was Kalizar.
It's going to be a double CC follow-up over here by our French Terran player who is very, very comfortable taking it to the late game. He's one of the few Terrans out there that always enjoyed either playing Sky Terran or playing mech and stuff as well.
This is really good creep spread by TLO so far.
actually, I think the natural CC for MarineLorD is really late for some reason. Like the CCs should never go at the same time. So I think he macroed a little bit.
His supply blocks right now too. Well, he's gonna finish up, but yeah. TLO supply is massive in comparison.
I mean, it was
54
probably...
out of 60. Like, that's pretty high for this time in the game.
I guess MarineLorD early on was obviously very focused on the Reapers since he sent them in that deep. I mean, if the Reapers are behind the mineral line, you can't really casually go to your main base, right?
Seems like TLO is not joking around.
So far, so good.
Loses a queen. That's kind of bad, but still a pretty good spot for TLO, I think.
Gonna try to surround these Reaper now, sending a couple of links to the low ground as well, but it's not going to be that easy. Work account obviously incredibly important, 33 against 31. But Dario right now sitting on 3 hatcheries pretty comfortably with that nice creep spread as well early on.
Yeah, sneaking that, he sneaked a drone in the start of the game to the third, and it really paid off getting this.
Oh, this Baneling Nest is weird. I hope it... I would like to see Carapace upgrade, followed by Melee. This Baneling Nest is really out of place. I'm not sure why it's there. I hope he doesn't go all in or something, because that would be silly from here.
I'll try to surround the Reapers, but it's never going to be that easy. It's quite a few links.
Yeah, it's better to just focus on your macro, spread some creep. You can't really trade very well on Frozen Temple against the Reapers, because they can just jump up anywhere, so I don't really like how aggressive and like poking TLO is, but...
Yeah, it would kind of be pointless to go for a Baneling attack without speed.
Yeah, that too.
What I was thinking is, with Baneling speed, you could catch a Terran when he tries to land the third. I would think there's a lot of potential in that, but not without speed, for sure.
And TLO doesn't have an Overlord to scout MarineLorD's base, I believe. So I don't know if TLO actually knows whether this is triple command or if it's something else.
Oh, yeah, right.
Pretty well done, by the way, by MarineLorD, that he was able to pick off like 2 or 3 creep tumors just with those grenades, keeping a close eye on those creep tumors, knowing where they are. That was pretty cute.
But I feel like macro-wise, a little too much was invested into these speedlings, so I think TLO could have been even further ahead. But maybe focusing a bit too much on these Reapers. Oh, there we go.
Not paying attention.
This was really good.
Getting nice around as these 4 Reapers should be picked off.
That's so unfortunate, actually, because the Reapers can help so much with the push using the grenades.
Yeah, especially before Baneling speed.
Yep.
Dario doesn't have any map vision of these 2 medevacs though, and these 16 Marines that are being unloaded. Stim is about to finish up, as you guys can see on the right side of the screen. And a lot of the links are being sent to the other side of the map. This could become a rather difficult hold. Of course, there are defensive Banelings, but without speed, I mean, Beyond has shown the way.
It's all gonna depend on the target firing and aim move here from MarineLorD. Might have to lift this one. This hatchery is actually much lower than I expected. Just gonna load up, go into the main.
A lot of Marines defending at home as well. This is not a good trade at all for TLO. He's going to lose pretty much all of the links just for a couple of SCVs. He should not be able to get that command center. The drop in the main base doing some serious work as well. One medevac did get picked off. Oh, so unfortunate there for MarineLorD as he had some good focus fire, but one Baneling just got a little too close. And the Queen from downtown. Wow, pretty good hold there by TLO. That could have been a lot harder, especially with all the links on the other side of the map.
Yeah, catching the last medevac as well was really good. I think MarineLorD doesn't have any medevacs, so he can't pressure on the map until more come out.
Yeah, if you lose the first 2 medevacs, you become so limited. It's dangerous. TLO is going for the forward 4th here while he's harassing MarineLorD's 3rd. This is not going to accomplish too much, but it kind of keeps MarineLorD a little bit back. Yeah, that mine could have done insane damage. I was so scared.
Suddenly it's all these Marines with 10 HP. And, it's like,
and TLO kept his composure as well, so he's got 2-2 quite well on the way. Infestation Pit as well, Baning Speed. He's gonna have a good time once 2-2 is done.
He's doing a very good job at making sure that
this is so low. MarineLorD, what are you doing? Oh, nice bait there as well.
I mean, I must say, it's very nice with Dario. They kept going there with the links over and over and over again, just making it hard for MarineLorD to get the SimCity that he obviously wants and he's looking for. But TLO is just not giving it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But does he have defense at his 3rd for the push that is coming from MarineLorD?
Yeah, this is 2 medevacs that finally popped out. Might be able to get a snipe here, but TLO with the defense so far looking good. Banelings going down to the mine. And a nice pick up.
Pretty sick micro there by MarineLorD.
Yeah, very safe, like very respectable pressure from him.
Trading out those links for pretty much nothing. This one Baneling, he's been on quite the adventure, by the way. He went via the right side of the map. He's like, guys, I've seen it, how it's like on the other side. It's not pretty.
And now he's going to be rolling with that Baneling speed upgrade. We'll see how far he can go with this.
Yeah, he has such a big timing with that 2-2.
That mine? Oh my god, the mine!
Ooh. Right on time.
Overseer. Party popper.
God damn it, that could have been an SC2 highlight, guys. Like, we need those clicks. The guy sitting there ready to clip that moment is the god. Why you gotta do that, Dario? 2-2 upgrades almost done for our German Zerg, while the 2-2 upgrades just halfway done for our French Terran player, who's still trying to get something done with his Marine. So far, I must say, TLO playing a very solid game on Frozen Temple. And it obviously is off the back of that pretty damn good defense early on. Good job there as well, baiting that mine with that single Zergling. Unfortunately, the Banelings won't connect with that much, but still an A for effort.
And MarineLorD is playing so safe as well. Like, he doesn't dive into the main with his medevacs. He just goes a little bit back. Like, he's doing the same thing here. He could have gone to the third or something, but he just stays back. Like, MarineLorD is playing this very conservatively and very safe, I feel. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just he must be very confident, I think.
I think MarineLorD is one of those Terrans in the European scene that's super confident late game, though. Like, you know, even if they get Ultras, even if they get Broodlords or whatever.
Yeah.
He's very confident.
I remember playing against him at WSG, and his Ghost control was really sick. Like, he actually made Ghost, Liberator range and everything. Like, he got all the things.
TY style.
Yeah, and his control was really, really good. Like, I couldn't keep up with it. He's really fast at multitasking and stuff, so simply controlling bio should be a pretty easy feat for him.
Oh, wow, quick 3-3 here from TLO, and Ultra Cavern almost done. I feel like MarineLorD is kind of on the clock since he didn't start a fourth yet. What?
No, it's just the story of every TBC. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I feel like you can play late game as long as you get a fast fourth, but I
He is
don't know.
dropping a fourth command center now, but it's obviously not that fast.
Yeah. I've actually been very comfortable playing late game TVZ now.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what Lambo has
Coming
to say
from the
about that.
triple Rex Reaper, God himself.
I don't know, man. I think that Cham disagrees, Lambo disagrees. There's a couple Zergs out there that won't believe you for that quote. As these Marines will be able to pick up this hatchery. That's a very nice pickup for Marine.
Oh, the Widow Mine.
Yeah,
Shot.
I didn't expect that to actually matter in this game, but he actually got the snipe there, so...
Yeah, he got it low. He was kind of beating it down throughout the entirety of this game, and in the end...
But he's not starting 3-3 upgrades, MarineLorD is. So he's going to be behind for insane amounts of time. No Liberator range, no Ghost.
Yeah.
He's casually floating 1600 gas though, like all of the Terrans. Well, 1400 now, but you know. Terrans have a thing for gas, man. As a Zerg, I don't understand this. Why you need so much gas, Kelliser?
I don't understand either because he doesn't have refineries at his third base. I don't understand where this gas is coming from, man.
I gotta start my 2-2 upgrades.
I mean, he's mostly just been building Marines, right, throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I suppose. There's no Marauders in his comp.
Shoutouts to the people losing with 4k gas in the bank. Feel you guys.
When you're Protoss and you never have that problem, because you can always warp in 12 Archons. Feels good.
Yeah.
Macro
It
always
was
on
so
point.
good back in the days in Wings of Liberty. You could just dump all your gas into the broken infestors, and it was like, yeah, good
Well,
life.
talking about broken infestors, that's a pretty damn good fungal as it connects with 15 Marines, and the Ultra will be able to clean it up. An awesome game so far by TLO. I don't think a lot of people would have really given him a lot of chance in this best of 5, but Dario is showing us that it's all business here at HomeStory Cup, and that he's absolutely here to play. As one of the Ultras is, well, it's under fire, but it's not really losing HP that quickly.
Yeah, TLO going for the multi-pronged attack with the Lings at the...
Oh, this is so TLO. Oh my god.
Yeah.
MarineLorD is going to be pulled apart by this. This is so annoying to deal with as
so
Terran.
smart.
Liberator is actually pushing out quite a bit of damage there, though. Terry has to be careful. Widow Mine should be able to focus off at least one or two of these Ultras. A couple of Ravages in the mix as well. Not that many SCVs dying yet, to be honest. I really expected it to be a lot worse. How on earth did only 4 SCVs die when Dario's attacking at 3 bases at once?
Well, just wait,
Yeah.
Rotty. Just
Yeah,
wait.
There you go.
As
GG.
GG is called. 20 SCVs did go down in the end.
Wow.
Dario. I saw that. The Germans are warming up as well. You know, that's always what happens on the Friday night. For some reason, the Germans are really starting to unleash their passion. I wonder if that had anything to do with the bar over here. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But that was a super solid game by Dario.
Yep. He did say he knew how to deal with it.
Yeah, even if he lost his third base towards the end, like it didn't matter. He just got his upgrades, he got the ultras, and just controlled his army really well. Like MarineLorD didn't have his upgrades out in time. He didn't have Ghost. He didn't have Liberator range or anything. So
MarineLorD was also one of the super OGs of 3 Rex Reaper. You remember the Nation Wars in the very beginning of the year when Legacy of the Void just came out? And obviously MarineLorD was the best performing player in Nation Wars, had that legendary all-kill against Korea. But I think he went something like 21-2 throughout the entire tournament, and he got at least 6, 7, or 8 victories with 3 Rex Reaper right off the get-go.
Yeah, that was France was a scary team to play against, and that's because they didn't have Drogo.
Yeah. Yeah, Drogo was casting. But they had Stefano.
Poor Drogo. How can you say such a thing?
I mean, he was stating the fact that like Drogo
Yeah.
was not playing.
It's not like I was mocking Drogo.
Okay.
Like he deserved to be there. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
what, I think it was a compliment actually.
Yeah.
Oh, like that. You mean Nation War before?
Yeah.
What was the team in the last Nation Wars? I know MarineLorD killed everyone, but who was on his team?
Wait.
It's
yeah.
Stefano,
Stefano.
MarineLorD, and Daishi, I believe.
But no Drogo in the last one?
No,
The Legacy one?
no, Drogo wasn't in. Drogo was casting.
Ah, feels
No,
bad, man.
it wasn't Daisha. It was
Well, it's not that important.
Lilbao.
Lilbao, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. Was Lilbao indeed. I think it was 3-man teams back then.
yeah, 3-man team.
Yeah, Lilbao. But basically it was a 1-man team as MarineLorD just won the entire tournament by himself.
Yeah, he destroyed everyone.
And Lexi an absolute god back then. The second map is going to be played on New Gettysburg. So this is actually going to be pretty damn hard for MarineLorD. I mean, we all know that it's hard for Terran to win this map against Zerg. We already went over it, why that is a couple of times. And TLO being up 1-0 in this series, that could be a little bit of a surprise. Of course, the winner of this series will have to go up against SOS. Now, I'm not sure how confident either player is going up against SOS, so there is always a potential for a rematch down the road between MarineLorD and TLO, but interesting events so far.
Yeah, this has to be TLO's map choice for sure. Gettysburg. No Terran would choose Gettysburg just like this. Unless you're alive and playing in an online cup. For some reason, he chooses Gettysburg against Zergs.
Because he laughs in the face of danger.
Yeah, he does.
Alrighty, looking at the main base of the man that's up 1-0, representing Team Liquid. And of course, he is the hometown hero. It is TLO. The Germans can't hear me because they're talking too loud with each other. It feels bad, man. But they were clapping when he won.
They're
so
gonna
that's-
cheer when he wins.
Yeah, that's all good for me.
And on the bottom left corner, playing for Team Millennium, it is MarineLorD.
I say the Germans, but I have to say that I really feel every HomeStory Cup, the audience here is becoming more and more international. Like I just met a couple of students that live in the Netherlands and Belgium, but actually are from Panama, met people from Estonia, Sweden. They just come from all these countries. A lot of people flying in from Austria. I was like, wow, that's kind of a long drive. They're like, no, we fly. I just met somebody else who drove from Malmo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, there's so much passion. And people from Norway showing up as well.
Yeah, we have the full UK squad as well.
yeah, I
Some
know.
of them even, if you want an example of the UK squad, just tune into the B stream, take TV Black. You can see their awesome shirts that they made, brought to this event. They even told me that I was going to get one, but I'm not sure if they can keep that promise. We'll see.
They have given out a lot of them already. I got another one. I've got one here, but it's extra large. I'm not sure if it would fit you, Snoot.
Well, it doesn't have to.
Alrighty, we can see MarineLorD dropping the expand. So this time it's not going to be any crazy Reaper shenanigans. Obviously, New Gettysburg, not a very good map for that.
Quick second gas though, so some sort of two-base build.
Yeah, this
Soon.
was the gas first, so we'll be seeing a rather fast factory, but kind of weird that he went for a second gas before the factory.
I think we're going to see some car shenanigans.
Yeah, lots of
Some
cars.
car shenanigans.
Some
Or not.
proper driver's license cars just going in there.
We are seeing a tech lab on the barracks, so that is kind of weird.
Yeah,
What if he goes
that's weird.
old school, double factory, blue flame Hellions?
I wouldn't mind. Oh yeah, it's MarineLorD. Of course he's gonna do that, right? He's gonna play mech.
He does like it. He even does it against Protoss these days.
So I've heard. I would be curious to see that. But seems.
I was too before I played against it.
Ah, there you have it. Roti, look in your screen.
Oh,
In MarineLorD's main, we
What?
have it.
what a god.
Down to the left.
God,
but
I've-
TLO spotted it already.
I've got a Zerg expert and a Terran expert, and who has to make the calls over here? Guys, come on. I thought I was the hypecaster for this series. Oh, it's actually going to be Cyclone Hellion. Ah, that's pretty sick, too. Backfield accelerator action. Meanwhile, Nathanias just woke up in LA. He's like, I've got no idea what time it is, but someone is playing Cyclone Hellion. He's shooting in right now, and he's so happy.
With Magfield.
That's
MarineLorD is not messing around.
the only way to do it. I mean,
and you lift the racks and you go. You send that barracks to the right.
this build is legitimately pretty damn sick.
That is funny you mentioned Nathanias, because I remember one of these days on stream I decided to randomly do this build.
Yeah.
MarineLorD.
And then Nathanias pops up in the chat.
yeah, no. Nathanias feels it. Like,
MarineLorD was a little bit slow with flying this racks over. This racks is so important because it gives high ground vision, which is really important to have on Gettysburg because of the ramps that we see here. If you don't have the barracks floating, then your Cyclones cannot lock onto anything above. Like, you need to waste scans. Roaches and Queens can just park in the high ground. So MarineLorD was actually a little bit late here. It's not really the biggest of deals, but it might be a problem. We'll see.
Obviously seen Innovation do it a couple of times as well. It's just like one of these builds that, you know, a lot of Terrans feel that with Bio it's almost impossible to win here, so you may as well try something funky and go for Cyclone Hellion.
Yeah, especially after that game one where the Ultras just wrecked you. You don't really want to repeat that and get his.
It's going to give you nightmares. I mean, you still need to be fresh for the round of 16 as well.
That's true.
It's going to take a little while before this barracks makes its way across the map, of course. TLO should have a good idea of what is happening. I do like that one depot here. It's going to keep the links at bay, make it a little bit easier.
I think as well, I'm a little surprised that TLO is just banking gas right now instead of going into a quick lair. I think
the Roach Ravager, no?
A quick lair is really important to have against this, because then you get the Roach speed fast and you can get the tunneling class real fast.
Look at the amount of Overlords that TLO is building at the moment. That gives me the idea he wants to build nothing but
might
Roaches.
just be a mistake, we don't know.
That's a lot of Overlords, though.
But this lair is late. Like, I don't really like this lair being so late.
So many Overlords.
But if it doesn't take too much damage and just keeps droning, then it should be fine. But here's the racks. On time, somewhat.
I mean, the first Roaches are a little bit late. I mean, the Queens are...
Yeah, the Queens have to work away at this Rax. Like, this Rax is everything. Cancel on the Spore, Spine should go down. Doesn't. It's not the best start for TLO.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. There's a couple of units on the other side of the map, but he's going to have to be very, very careful here with his Roaches and Ravages. There's a couple of them do get picked up immediately already.
Yeah, the counter is going to hit MarineLorD's natural just about now. I'm not sure if it's doing much, though, because he's got Hellions there.
Not big of a counter. Most of the links, I feel like, have died already.
Full wall off as well.
Hey, this push is starting to look very scary.
I think TLO is going to set up the sandwich with a couple of links from the back, but I'm not sure if he's got enough units to actually do it. Here we go.
A couple of links, as long as he gets like 1 or 2 Cyclones, that would
that's
already be awesome.
Links. Where did these come from?
Oh, wow, that's so many links.
Wow, he's going to be able to get the full surround and get all the Cyclones and the Hellions. TLO playing like a man on fire so far. Incredibly well done. Wow.
Yeah, and because of this, like, TLO's lair being late is all of a sudden not an issue anymore because MarineLorD lost his entire army, Herpaderp. What's he gonna do now?
MarineLorD probably wondering what is happening in this series. He was obviously a massive favorite to make it out of this group.
But you know, it's the exact same story as in the first game. Remember when he sent the Reapers to the right? And he got him trapped behind TLO's mineral line. This game, he got his units trapped on the right side. Like, he keeps getting his army trapped. Instead of staying towards the center of the map, he keeps going too deep on Zerg creep.
So you're telling us never go behind the mineral line?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you can still do damage if you're outside of it.
It's like this dark alley where you just don't want to go at night.
Yeah.
Don't get behind the mineral line. Bad things happen.
If you're staying close to the center, you got more options. Like, it's the same in any other game, like chess, Smash Brothers, you name it. Like, if you stay in the center, you're pretty cool. Like, you have options.
I've never heard of those games.
Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
All right, a whole bunch of Hellions with Blue Flame halfway done. It's not totally done just yet. Making their way across the map at 60 workers currently for our German Zerg, 54 SCVs for MarineLorD. Would be nice if we get something done here, but if you can just contain the creep a little bit, maybe put some damage. I mean, with actually the 2 Cyclones, TLO is going to have to respect this.
Yeah, and these Cyclones with the upgrade,
Yeah,
they
there's a
deal
soul 6.
insane damage.
It's ridiculous.
Do you know how much it is, Kelliser?
Like 400 or something?
Yeah, it's insane.
You know how much it is against a Colossus?
800, because it counts as both.
That is true. It's definitely not over 9,000.
Oh,
The
TLO
Roach
doesn't have-
Burrow trap.
Oh.
It's creative, but he's gonna be able to get. Oh my God! Why does this stuff work? Dario randomly burrowing a whole bunch of roaches in the middle of the map, gets both Cyclones.
Oh, but the links though.
Yeah, he's
Getting
gonna be
roasted.
careful. But I mean,
still though, so creative.
Yeah,
someone
that
has
was
to
so
say it.
cool. This is why I love
there's
Dario.
only one Zerg. And actually, this is super cool as well. I mean, he cancels the lock-on with Burrow. Very well done. It's kind of like the War Prism pickup for Protoss, but you can just Burrow.
Yeah, I would love to see Tunneling Claws as well. Gives you a lot of options to harass. But Hive is on the way. I'm not sure what TLO is going to do with that. But yeah, let's see what he can accomplish here with this light pressure.
It's important for TLO or for Marino that he made so many Hellions. Actually, it makes his life a lot easier because the links are just not that scary. I mean, no matter how many links you have, when you run into 10, 12 Hellions, pretty much everything is going to melt very quickly.
Oh, Viper's coming out already.
Yep, so fast.
Wow, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. That's indeed incredibly fast. He's getting Vipers before +1 is done.
But there is no Hydralisk then either. So even if TLO has Vipers, he can pull away the Liberators, but they can just siege again. Like there's.
What if he just wants to pull the Cyclone into the roaches that are burrowed?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's gonna burrow the drones as well against these blue flame Hellions.
Positioning though.
Oh, the Sim City.
So sick.
Really doesn't lose all that much. Ends up only losing 4 drones for.
Well, did he kill all those Hellions?
Yeah, the ones on the north side as well.
Yeah. I think MarineLorD sent some Hellions to the third, but they got cleaned up so easy. He's gonna go
like
again.
10 Hellions, I think.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at how many Hellions have died in this game.
18.
18. A couple of them died before, so you're spot on there, Kalazur. That must have been at least 10, if not more. I mean, TLO's is playing great this series, guys.
Yeah.
There's honestly nothing else to it. Yes, he has lost a few more resources, but he's been mining a lot more as well. Now, there's still a chance that this is going to be a very long game, because we are looking at a Macking Terran here on New Gettysburg. But with the Vipers being out that quickly, I mean, if TLO is able to get some anti-air, I mean, he's getting a couple of Roaches, Ravages, of course, Corrosive Vow can be excellent. He's playing great. I'm actually super impressed with TLO so far.
Yeah, and even if MarineLorD is sitting back, like TLO is not the type of player that makes it go all like Resident Sleeper. Like he's the opposite. So I expect TLO to attack really soon. As soon as he has maxed out his energy on his Vipers, he's probably just gonna go.
It's kind of funny as well that he got +1 melee before +1 missile attacks while he's only making ranged units. I kind of wonder why he did that.
Yeah, TLO's upgrade patterns are a bit weird.
Oh, MarineLorD as well. He's only getting armor upgrades for his vehicles, which is, I don't know. I wouldn't expect this. Especially for the tanks, you want to get those vehicle weapons as fast as possible.
It's something I would assume is for Mass Cyclone, but he lost so many Cyclones early on, so that option is kind of gone.
Well, a couple of Cyclones getting abducted immediately. Good pick off there. I mean, look at the amount of energy on all these Vipers. That's insane. Liberators will siege up. Corrosive Vow connecting with the first Liberator will take that one down.
Yeah.
Supplies, however, it's still close. It's a little too close to actually attack into a Macking Terran, I'd say.
Wow, even more Vipers coming into the field. How many does he have already? Like 5?
8?
8? He's
You
going to
kidding
go up to
me?
11
11?
Vipers.
This is going to abduct the entire army. He's going to play pinball. He's going to bounce it around the map.
I hope TLO doesn't kill his entire own base, you know, with the consume.
You know what I can totally
It's
see?
happening!
You know what's going to happen? Like TLO is going to make a wall of spine crawlers in the middle of the map, and then he's going to make like a line of Vipers, and he's going to pull from one to the other to the other to the other, bam,
Yeah,
into spine crawlers.
It's really good.
Something I can totally see something like that happening.
Could you pull a drone to the island base?
Well, if one person will know the answer to that question, it's definitely TLO, because you know he has tried.
I think the distance looks manageable. Might be.
That would be sick, actually.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you could get the Dropper Lord, but who cares about those?
No, but that's not cool enough, man.
Yeah, I know.
11 Vipers.
Yeah, Hydralisks as well. They're gonna deal with the Liberators very easily, and TLO can just pull units very cost effectively here. For
Yeah,
this.
and let's not forget about the blinding clouds as well against all the tanks.
But you shouldn't go too far though. Lots of tanks in the
Yeah,
back.
moved a little bit too forward, lost Vipers for free.
Yeah, the Cyclones are dishing out quite a lot of damage as well. So TLO's gotta be very cautious here.
Does get one tank. It's something.
I would like to see TLO break down the rocks as well, because his options to retreat is like only to the top, and that's a little bit sketchy. Like now MarineLorD is like moving a little forward on the right side. It would be nice for TLO to have more than one way to get out of there.
Couple of abducts being used, but obviously TLO losing a couple of units in the own process as well, so didn't get that much done. Blue Flame Hellions finding a rather exposed mineral line. Burrow making this a little bit more annoying though for these Hellions. In the end, MarineLorD got 7, 8, 9 even. Well, 10. It's not. Where he's killing more stuff. I don't know where he's killing stuff. It's the
I
Liberators?
don't know either. It seems like
I mean,
a Liberator. It's
Yeah,
like
because tick,
Oh,
tick.
yep, there
tick,
it
tick,
is.
tick.
In the main. Wiping those drones on the gas.
Also killing the larva, so you cannot make any units.
I think he has too many hatcheries for that.
A little bit of
Have you
creeping
ever
drop.
denied every single hatchery its larva?
Yeah,
It's a great experience.
I've done that with Reapers.
Oh yeah, right. The tier 1
3
units.
grenades.
Every second game, Snoot, he does it every second game.
It's like, well, it's kind of what I do first thing in the morning.
It's like part of my build order, actually.
When I wake up, I just...
More ducks being used, more Cyclones falling. Well done
Oh,
here by
wow.
TLO. The Hydra count is so much higher this time, so it's a lot easier to actually pick up these mech units. TLO so far getting a pretty good trade, really not losing all that much this time in return.
Yeah, MarineLorD just wanted to clear out the creep. I'm not sure how valuable that actually is. You kind of stop the evolution chambers in the front from going down. I mean, at some point, trades are going to happen, but the Terran has to be very careful, right?
He's even getting the Ghost Academy now, and he's actually throwing down 4 more barracks. Where's Apollo when you need him to make this call in advance?
Like that. I think MarineLorD's Ghost Control is really sick. But last HomeStory Cup, I remember him playing against, I think he played against Scarlet and me as well. Back then, his Ghost Control seemed a little bit off, but that was on Dusk Towers though, so it's a bit different. But I think the last time I played MarineLorD, his Ghost Control was like super, super sick. So
in the Fusion Core as well. He's just getting everything. Feeling quite happy on his 4 bases, and of course soon to be 5 because he's taking the island.
Yeah, I thought TLO was going to make something happen here as well, but he's happy to just make drones and creep. Like, he's just going to play the slow game.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's going to just let them take the island base, because he saw the CC over there with the Overlords.
Yeah.
I saw him throw down a Spire, so I figured maybe some Corruptors to deal with it, but
I mean, the Hydro count is very high now, so every Abduct is pretty much guaranteed kill immediately on everything.
Starting to break this line as well when there are so many turrets and stuff is such a project. Like, it takes so long to actually break through this.
He might be able to get a free comment set over here, as MarineLorD has no vision at all of this army of TLO, and he should be able to pick it off rather quickly with this many Hydras, having some upgrades as well. Well done there by TLO. Just really good army movement.
Yeah, it's not the biggest of deals because MarineLorD is kind of trying to take the islands as well, but it's a nice one for it's nice for TLO for sure.
It's better than it being a planetary already and being
Vipers are very low.
I would love to see TLO just getting something grabbed into the army. With Vipers, you want to take these free gradual trades. But right now, TLO is not really using the energy all that much. Maybe playing a bit too safe. Maybe he's a bit stressed out by the counter harassment from MarineLorD. It's tough to tell, but.
MarineLorD has killed 33 drones so far throughout the entirety of this game.
I'm not too sure about this.
Yeah. Well, Parasitic Bomb is quite gnarly to deal with. Well, actually, MarineLorD doing a really good job in playing up these Liberators. Right when I say that, he's putting it right on top of the other ones again, but the first few was very well done.
Yeah, TLO seemed to favor like the big fights, like he wanted to get the AoE, the Parasitic Bomb in there, rather than just using one-on-one Abduct. And that's fine and all, but it seems like it's actually going to backfire now that MarineLorD is advancing on TLO's base here.
Yeah, playing a rather aggressive style of Mac, definitely an entertaining game so far in New Gettysburg. +3 is more than halfway.
Oh, the Queen's from the back though. They're not taking any damage at all.
And now the Hydra is just running forward, actually stepping in these liberation zones. The tanks were shooting at the Queen.
Are you kidding me? What is going on?
The creativity level of the Queen flank. I mean, how often do we talk about the Queen flank? Not that often.
And the other reason why I was a bit skeptical to TLO choosing this all-out frontal assault approach is that he has so much army supply into these Vipers. So if he takes a straight-up fight, he's not going to do anything. But if he keeps abducting and doing stuff, then the Vipers are going to pay for themselves. But his TLO's army is actually like really, really small because of all of these Vipers. He's got like 10 of them still, I think.
I mean, it's 132 army supply right now against
9 Vipers. That's a lot.
That last fight was definitely pretty damn good for TLO, though. He was able to get so many expensive units, but now, of course, the first goals are out on the map. It's 7 or 8 in total.
Yeah.
With those 4 barracks, I mean, especially the island expands are going to be very important for MarineLorD. If he can just like drop mules there, he hasn't really used it at all, has he?
MarineLorD is a little bit down in supply. He still needs a lot of time to max out. So if TLO can land some sort of 1-2 punch here, then I think MarineLorD might be in trouble. But if something like, say, if MarineLorD gets an EMP of on top of all of the Vipers, then I think TLO can be in some trouble again. So it really depends a little bit on the fights and the energy units, basically.
Do you think if MarineLorD would land the Dream EMP, can he just run across the map?
It could be, because so far TLO has not seen a single ghost, I think. I'm not sure. So right now he's clumping up a little bit, but now he should know though. He sees it now.
Nope. Snipe.
Snipe's okay, but EMP is like, that's when you unlock the potential to attack his Terran. So,
well, the first snipe got a guaranteed kill at least on that one Viper.
Yeah, that's always good.
What I would like to see from TLO here is some Nidus play. I feel it would be really nice with the Hydras. Because there's no real way for you to clear it unless you bring all your Cyclones back. And then it brings an opening for your Vipers.
Especially if you choose a straight-up type of approach that I feel like TLO is going for. Like, he's not really using the Vipers all that much. It feels like TLO actually wants to take a big fight. And if you want to go for that approach, it's better to make a Nidus in Terran's main, bait the army back, and then go for the big fights, you know?
Yeah.
But TLO is not really doing that, so I agree. I think for the approach that TLO is running right now, Nidus would be great.
He's definitely creative enough to still do it, guys.
What I would love to see, though, is just to start abducting a lot. Like, get those mass evolution chambers in the front so you can just consume, and just repeat.
I mean, that's kind of what we saw from Nurture against TY, right, on this map at BlizzCon. In that game, it looked so hard for Nurture at first, and then just turn it around with phenomenal, well, first a counter-attack and then phenomenal Viper play.
Yeah.
Was just abducting non-stop. Because slowly but steady, that army supply count of MarineLorD is really getting up there now as well. And 108 supply of Cyclone Liberator and a lot of ghosts is going to be very, very difficult to deal with. He is doing what Jasper is, getting a couple of ghosts as well. Well done. Ghosts deaths are so dramatic.
Really got to get those evolution chambers to the front. Like, Dario needs the energy so fast right now. I'm not sure why he's not building the Evo chambers. Like, it's so important at this stage. He has some in the back, but he has to go so far back to actually restore the energy. But he's doing it, so, you know, that's good, that's good. If he didn't do this, then it would be awful, but...
I feel like his army is too big for this kind of play. What do you think? Like, these roaches seem like...
TLO's army?
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine, like, as long as you have enough Vipers, if you can actually use them to trade, then it's not great or anything, but it's good.
But it always seems like he's so far.
That's a lot.
How are you attacking into this? Like,
yeah, this is
that's the thing. You can't. You just gotta abduct one piece at a time.
This looks so incredibly deadly. Gotta be careful. EMPs could land as well.
Yeah.
Snipes, of course.
And this dynamic is a little weird if there are no Broodlords in play, because the ghosts have actually a lot of range once scan is used. So it's a bit tricky to get the Vipers in there, because if you're gonna send a Viper to abduct a ghost, then you're at risk to other ghosts.
You ever play this style, Kalazur?
I mean, he wins his games at 5 minutes. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've played it, but off of bio, not of mech. But usually, when you play New Gettysburg, this is what it comes down to.
And if you would be MarineLorD right now, would you feel comfortable?
I would, but I don't know. I just feel like TLO isn't using the late game to his full potential. When I play, for example, Nurcho, he's always so deadly with his Nidus and counterattacks. And he always finds an opening in your defense.
This island base, for example, could have been taken out by a Nidus.
Yeah.
TLO has so many roaches and hydras, so he could have dropped and, you know, taken out this island real.
And he knows this CC is there, you know?
Yeah, he knows. It's just a matter of APM and staying on top of things.
I actually think he's going to be surprised when he spots this in the near future. I mean, obviously he knows about it, but that he's going to see how many minerals are left, because, you know, MarineLorD had the CC there for the last 6-7 minutes in this game.
Yeah, but even then, theoretically, if you split the map in half, then if Sir can take even trades, then what TLO is doing right now is actually fine. Like, he has the gold base, and especially if he gets this one, then he wins a perfect 50-50 game, and if he gets his own island, then TLO just has more money, you know?
Liberators are moving forward. A lot of abducts being uncloaked as well, being used on these ghosts. Good abducts though, but this Terran army, I mean, you can't step into these liberation circles, that's for sure.
Where's the detection? I'm having a little bit of
spore
trouble.
crawler.
Oh yeah, the spore crawler.
I think that one spore is maybe the only thing that saw the ghosts. I might be mistaken about this.
Well, he had an overseer, but it was sniped.
Okay, yeah, it's so important to have like...
Yeah. I like the fact that he brought a couple of spores to the middle of the map. I'd like to see one or two.
Yeah, you have to. It's so good. It's so good. You can abduct into the spores and everything just dies instantly. It's so good.
I mean, this is going to be a crazy fight. It's one of these fights where it's a very different kind of micro. It all comes down to your spellcasting abilities and how you can able to control this army. And often hold position micro is a lot more important than just the attack moving. It's before you know it, your units go a little too far forward.
Only to Broodlords as well. TLO is not really relying on the Broodlords. Maybe a bit more... I'm not sure. Double Spire, so he wants to go into that Sky Zerg eventually, I guess.
That's a real line of death right there. The death zone.
I'm taken back to the Heart of the Swarm days. Swarmhost against Protoss. Feels good, man.
Your glory days, Snoot?
Yeah.
You've had many glory days.
Lots of Swarmhost.
Not just about that. As slowly but steady, TLO starts chipping away, getting know, one Cyclone here and there. Good use, of course, of hold position, having those Hydras and those Ravagers just
wow.
standing there.
32 Vipers lost. That's actually kind of sick.
That's a lot of gas.
32 Cyclones lost as well. Cyclone is how much? Gas?
100 and 100.
100?
Yeah.
Yeah, so half the cost gas-wise of a Viper.
Ghosts are so funny. It's like scan. It's like one ghost that's being covered by 15 liberators. Like, pew. Like, I can see that Ravager going out while he dies. He's like, coward! Like, come over here. But like,
Day 44. Still one Spore Crawler. Oh wait, there's a second one. Still 2 sport crawlers.
Look, a lot of ghosts from the south side just sniped in and sniped another Ravager. It's like
Day 45, sniped the Ravager.
Yeah.
Day 46, couple of Liberator zones going down.
We had a peace day.
Making progress.
Day 47, we thought about peace. Day 48, they sniped us again. It's still war.
Day 49, more sports going down. They're gearing up for war.
Stacking up on supplies. This feels like the First World War, you know, like the trenches and stuff. It's like, let's move forward 10 yards. Yeah. Like, no, we lost half the army. That wasn't worth it, Commander.
The ghosts are cloaking.
Getting another Broodlord. And one Broodlord at a time. A novel written by MarineLorD. I'm sure if you translate it into French, it's going to sound very romantic.
Oh my god, even more Liberators.
How many Liberators does he have?
This is just
26.
No, don't do it!
No. There's just no way. So it's 25 Liberators and 17 Gulls. That's a rough army. 2 Gulls do get picked off by one of these Broodlords. The Spores are going to try to move forward.
Yeah, we need Spores in this situation. It's so good. More Spores.
Well, there's still a couple of tanks here and there as well. One Liberator is taking quite a bit of damage. Broodlord's putting some damage out on these Gulls as well, but
this is a time when Mass Viper can really shine, I think. If just one moment where Terran is not paying attention, you get the sick parasitic bombs like in the middle of this Liberator cloud. Wow. And you can all of a sudden remove like 8 or 9 Liberators, you know? These Corruptors, I don't like it because double snipe, and there they go, right? So I think Vipers is the key. Broodlords and Vipers and Spore Crawlers.
TLO is still close to being maxed out, but he's definitely not very rich. Often when we cast games like this where the map is split up, you know, both players...
Don't go for it!
He's
this is not going to end well for TLO.
I think he knows it as well. I mean, he's like, nope, I'm going to go back. He actually just lost 70 supply. It's mostly Roaches and I guess a couple of Hydras that were not really doing all that much anymore.
And he's broke.
But he doesn't have the money to just build like 35 Corruptors or something and try to take care of all these Liberators.
That's not a trade you can take. And only having 5 Broodlords in the sky is not really enough either, so...
The Ghost energy is starting to run a little bit low though, but obviously MarineLorD is still producing a lot of additional Ghosts, and he's got 17 of them.
Corruptors, they just don't really hold any value when it comes to...
These poor Ravagers.
When you go up against Ghost, it's just 2 snipes and the Corruptor is gone. So
it's so sick as well because like you're not even sure where the shots are coming from, but these Liberators with advanced ballistics, they're shooting like from the other side of the screen.
It's all about the range, like Corruptor, Ravager, all of these units, they don't really have that much range, so Ghost and Liberator range, you know, they can stun pretty far back, so the Ghost just outrange everything that Zerg has at this point, unless it's Broodlord, Viper, Spore.
You know what's really interesting is that Dario was absolutely preparing for like the ultra super late game as he just has +3 melee finished up, but he's super broke. Like there's no way that he can actually like make ultras and stuff like that.
Yeah. It looks a little bit easy for Zerg, you know, when you have Roach Hydra Viper, because you have this death ball, you can just move it around, you have like Mass Viper, and it looks so easy. But when you get to this stage, it's really difficult for both players and for Zerg as well. Like, controlling this against a player who is really good at controlling Ghost, like MarineLorD, is surprisingly difficult.
So when MarineLorD played this style in the finals of DreamHack Valencia against Nurcho, like it looked like he was playing really well, but he couldn't get it done. Did he just get a lot better with this style ever since? Because back then he wasn't able to make it work, but it seems that these days a lot of the Zergs really fear this composition.
I think it's a little bit because it fell out of fashion as well. We used to play games like this all the time when Dusk Towers was in the map pool, so Zergs were a bit more used to it back then. And when it does resurface like this, then it's a little bit weird for Zergs, because a lot of the Terrans are just doing Steam Drop into 2 base all-in, you know, take a 3rd base, make more Marines, and just go for it like Siege Tank Drop. So I think MarineLorD's got a little bit of an edge here because he's so good with his style, and this style is not really used by that many other players right now. But yeah, maybe he got better since then. I don't remember the Valencia games too closely.
The
I
game
remember
on Apotheosis was so good.
Yeah, I remember Apotheosis, like it was really close.
Yeah, it was one of the best games, and I think on Galactic they had a very long game as well. I felt that was a really good finals. That was like one of the best 4-0 finals I've seen. And it sounds so weird to say because 4-0 is 4-0, but good fungal there, and Sportcrawl is pushing out quite a bit of damage on a couple of these Liberators.
But these Corruptors just aren't doing it. You need Vipers because Vipers have a lot more range than the Corruptors do. So Corruptors are kind of useless. They don't really do the job for you. So
this game is close to ending as TLO is only sitting at 117 supply.
Wow, their resources lost tab though.
Yeah, I know, right?
50k. It didn't even feel like that much of a bloody game. Games are just so much more dramatic when Zerglings and Marines are dying, but obviously, you know, the unit's lost resource step goes up a lot slower. I mean, these snipes have just been absolutely devastating, and these goals are so incredibly well protected.
Yeah, I think TLO had a very good setup, but maybe didn't use the Vipers enough, and maybe some more Broodlords would have been a good thing to have. I still think that Zerg has a very good shot against this, but you need a lot of Vipers, a lot of Broodlords, and a lot of Spore Crawlers to keep pushing the creep forward.
What about Infestors? What do you think of Infestors against the Ghosts?
They're good against Ghosts, but you need to be a little bit lucky, I think. If the Terran player, I mean, you have two choices. You can either abduct the Ghost or you can fungal them. And the fungal is a bit more like burst, a little bit more risky, but abduct is always pretty safe. If the Ghosts use EMP, then that's good for you because the Ghosts run out of energy. And eventually they cannot cast EMP anymore, and you can consume and the Terran can't. So I think Broodlord Viper is the safest choice because Terran doesn't really have much of an answer to it, energy-wise, because you can just consume. But you need to make a lot of Evo chambers, and TLO didn't really have those Evo chambers at the front.
Do you feel that TLO perhaps over-invested into upgrades that never really came into play as well, like the +3 melee and stuff like that, or do you feel like...
There's nothing really too bad about it, but if you lose the defensive line like this,
it feels like he was never that rich. I feel like you do that stuff when you're banking up, you know, a couple K and you're maxed out, but for the longest time he wasn't actually maxed out, and he was never maxed out on the dream composition for that phase in the game, so I felt like he maybe got a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, it could be. Especially, I mean, when it turned out as badly as it did, when he tried to go for this awkward Roach, Ravager, Hydra, Viper fight, then of course, after that point it matters.
Well, this command center is... it's kind of that, as there are a couple of Spore Crawlers and Corrupt is chipping away at it.
I wonder what the next map is, if it's going to be something where this can happen again. Because this is kind of a Gettysburg thing, right?
Yes. But I mean, I think if MarineLorD really wants, and apparently the next map is going to be Frost, there's a small chance I guess we'll see it on Frost, but there's a good chance we'll see it on like Galactic Frostes as well, because I think MarineLorD is incredibly good with this composition on Galactic too. Yeah,
especially after a game like this, if TLO doesn't change his play up a little bit, then...
Gotta give credit to MarineLorD as well. He's been so efficient. Like I felt early game things were not absolutely going his way with the Cyclones and the Blue Flame Hellions. He didn't really find that many openings.
The Spores. This is great, right? The Ghosts don't really deal damage to the Spores. It's so funny. But this is the way to go, I think. Pure Broodlord Spore. You can see it in effect here, like pure Broodlord Spore and some Infestors and Vipers.
But the thing is, though, everything that gets close, that tries to keep these Spore Crawlers alive, just gets sniped immediately. So eventually these Spores will get picked up as well. Like it was absolutely a good move by TLO, but in the end, I mean, look at the bank of MarineLorD. This is ridiculous. He's so rich. He just doesn't... He hasn't really lost any unit time, I almost feel, at all in the last, 5-6 minutes of this game. Maybe a couple Liberators here, a couple Ghosts there, but it's... TLO's losing a lot of very expensive units, and MarineLorD, the French Terran representing Millennium, is just not really losing all that much at all. A couple of Fungals will go down. Won't actually pick up these Ghosts or these Liberators, and I think...
these Corruptors are going to be...
Yeah, the Corruptors just get sniped. The Corruptor is simply not a good unit in this.
This has to be
scenario.
GG, MarineLorD will even up the series 1-1 in a game where TLO played awesome early game, had a couple of very good moves with Roach Burrow and some good defense against all the Blue Flame Hellions, and it felt like everything was going his way. It all looked promising, but then as soon as MarineLorD stabilized on 4 bases, I felt like he was never really in real trouble anymore.
Yeah, and it must feel really good for MarineLorD to be able to win on New Gettysburg. It's like, I don't know, just taking out of the way the worst map possible, I feel.
Yeah, it's a very important map for Zerg.
But it is very nice that MarineLorD knows that he can always rely on this playstyle. And I think it's safe to say that if this man, gets up to 4 bases and he gets advanced ballistics and he can turn it into a game like this, he's definitely the best European Terran there is when it comes to like Ghosts and...
Yeah, I think Beastie QT is also very good, and but yeah, maybe MarineLorD is the best. It's tough to tell. They're both very good at this time.
Yeah, very versatile player, I would say. He's always been like this.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty all around. Like he's definitely good with early game aggression. His micro is on point. He made a couple of macro mistakes early on, but overall his macro is also very solid. There is not really much when it comes to the Terran race and the arsenal of strategies that MarineLorD absolutely cannot do, He's not one of these guys where like, oh, he's awful with this or he's awful with this. He's a pretty complete player. Yeah. Obviously, there's always room for improvement in every element of the game, but there isn't really anything that you look at as like, he's absolutely terrible in this phase in the game whatsoever.
Yep, agreed.
It's true. It's true.
So the next map is going to be Frost. Been a long series. Hopefully you guys still enjoying it at online wherever you're watching from. HomeStory Cup 14 powered by Mifcom. Day 2 live from Krefeld. I feel things are getting a little rowdy behind us. Have you guys had something interesting happen today? Some fun stories? I mean, Snoot, obviously you played, but anything cool when it comes to the fans or the meet and greets or anything? Any funny stories? Did you guys have some fun, some banter with the other pro gamers? I know you guys always have a blast when you're sitting in the basement and making fun of everybody on the couch.
Yeah, MarineLorD is like calling everyone a baboon, but...
Yeah. I actually got to cast one game with MarineLorD. It was Hate Me versus TY. And we did not expect like such long games. We had 2 30-minute games or 20-minute games. And Hate Me ended up winning one game, almost won the second one. And it was just basically MarineLorD calling everyone a baboon.
And he didn't even say that it was not bad?
He said Hate Me played good games.
Okay. He didn't say good, he said it was not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
You cast it on the B stream, that one?
Yeah.
And it was a long series?
Yeah, it was very long.
Yeah, it can be hard. I mean, it's been a very long day. For some reason, I've had like the weirdest sleep pattern here. Every night I go to bed, I wake up 4 hours late, I can't go to bed. And earlier today, I was like, it's going to be a long day, but I'll be all right. And so far, like, I felt pretty energetic. But these long games on New Gettysburg, they always kind of kill me, especially when you can absolutely see where this game is going. It's like, okay, this is going to move forward. Like, this is the march that will not stop with that amount of goals and the money that he has. And it's like, man, that was a really long game, or at least it felt like it. I mean, it was 30 minutes. So 30 real minutes, not Blizzard minutes.
I thought TLO would be using the Vipers a lot more, but it just kind of didn't happen. So,
do you think he should have made a bigger priority of denying the fort base? Do you think that there was a...
I mean, you want to, but if the Terran player is playing really well, then you can't stop it, I feel.
Okay.
It's like they will secure it no matter what. Because
but I felt like his early game was pretty decent, though. Like,
it was, but at some point, Terran is going to be on 3 base, and you don't really want to go in there because they have Cyclones, Liberators coming out, Siege Tanks as well. And once Terran reaches like 150 supply, if you don't have a lot of Vipers, it's very difficult to be aggressive and actually deny the fourth. At least in the center position.
Not exactly sure what Harstem is trying to do in the play and both.
Something about the air conditioning. He's the AC master.
I see.
With the UK shirt representing.
Literally half the building is wearing these shirts right now. It's amazing. Apparently, wherever Clad the Lad, the legendary British...
The Cladderizer.
Yeah, the Cladderizer. I don't know where he gets them, but apparently they're €1 a piece, and he just ends up buying like 70 of them or something.
€1 a piece?
Yeah, they're €1. Look, I have the price tag right here. Like, they're supposed to be €3, but it's a discount, baby. €1.
Oh my
He's
God.
actually buying them in Germany. That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Down from €3.
Yes. B-shirt 3. Jetzt ein. Oh, be good.
That's actually a pretty sick discount, I think.
I know, that's like 66%. If that's not a bargain, I don't know what is. Seems like both players are ready to continue this series. Of course, the winner of this series will go up against SOS, who kind of manhandled Bly. Bly tried to open up his playbook.
Bly took a map, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't
From
think
SOS?
It was 3-0?
I think it was 3-0, yeah.
Ouch.
I saw the beginning of New Gettysburg.
He had some close games, though. I watched on, what was it, Frozen Temple, I believe?
That's the only one I didn't see. I saw King Sejong with the Midas. I saw Gettysburg with the proxy hatch.
Yeah, how was that?
Very Bly-ish. That's the only way I can put it, Diego. Alrighty, we are loaded into Frost for Game 3. Of course, keep the tweets coming as well. Hashtag HSC14 and @TakeTV. Over here on the right bottom side, we're looking at the main base of the man that's representing Millennium. It is MarineLorD. I would say one of the top foreigners in this tournament. One of the guys that you look at and say, like, all right, we're going to send out the big guns to deal with these very skilled Koreans. MarineLorD is definitely one of the guys that you have your hopes up for.
And here in the top right, playing for Team Liquid, the German hope, TLO.
All right. So MarineLorD going for gas first again. I wonder if we're going to see Heller and Banshee on this map. I really like it, actually. Because there's so much potential for sniping drones at the edge of the bases.
Oh, you mean above the third base?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the natural as well. Because the Spore, it like... Okay, so let's say you put the spore at the right below the mineral line. You can always snipe the mineral that's on the left.
Cloak Banshee, right?
Yeah, Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, I think it's amazing actually.
It's really good.
I've been doing it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm preparing for when they nerf Reaper, so
yeah.
Trying out all the things.
I think that's a good fallback option. I like it. I find it really tough to deal with. Like even if you defend it, you don't really feel like you're massively ahead because you took so many precautions against it.
And depending on the spawns, you can also deny the fourth if they want to take the further away one.
Sometimes you have these really sick games where you snipe both of the Banshees and then you feel like you're a legend. But if the turn is controlling really well, then it doesn't happen, and then the game feels
defending properly and not feeling like you're ahead.
Yeah,
I'm in touch with that emotion.
Well, it's kind of when you deal with adepts as well, you kind of defend it, but you don't. You know?
Oh, come on. The last time you lost a game against Protoss, we were still watching MC dominate the GSL. You have no right to complain about anything of my race. All right, the first Reaper makes his way across.
I'm backing off on this one. Hashtag respect for Roti.
First Reaper makes his way across the map. We see the double factory being thrown down once again in the main base of MarineLorD. Could be a very similar opening. I mean, once again, as a tech lab, first Cyclone is on the way. You know what? What kind of surprised me, often if, let's say you have a 4-player group, right? And there is one guy that is the favorite. I think it is safe to say that the SOS is the favorite here. And then if there are 2 players that consider themselves equal, now I'm sure that MarineLorD will expect himself to make it out of the group, but TLO probably gives himself a good shot, and they probably expect both to beat Bly. There is a good chance that this could be a rematch. And sometimes you see people be like, you know, the first best of 5 is not that important. But I really feel like MarineLorD is trying incredibly hard over here. You know, like he's playing super long game, late game strategies. He's not just like throwing this series away after losing the first map and being like, you know, TLO's not going to beat stats anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. This gives me the idea that MarineLorD actually has very serious belief that he's going to be able to defeat SOS in his series.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's holding back. Like
no.
A lot of the things that he's been doing so far is also the stuff that he brings out on ladder sometimes. And MarineLorD is also a very strong player on the ladder, so I don't really get the impression that he's hiding builds or anything. So might just be these 2 guys playing at full strength, so to speak. Cyclone though, once more.
Yep.
You think he's gonna play the same mech type of transition, or just some pressure this time into bio?
No, I don't think we'll be seeing bio. I think we'll be seeing aggressive mech though. Aggressive
mech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with these positions, there's a good chance that he's going to be pretty damn aggressive.
Which is not bad. If he doesn't lose the Cyclone Hellions like he did the last game, he has a lot of potential to just keep pressuring the 4th base.
And this time the Rax is flying out a lot sooner than it did in the previous one. And it's actually very important on Frost as well. If you bring the floating Rax, then you can actually pressure the ramp between TLO's natural base and the 3rd base. If you don't have the Rax, then your only option is the 3rd base, because that's where the even ground is. So
TLO once again with the burrow, though. I do like that response a lot. It's going to make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, and the quick lair, much faster lair this time. I like that.
But I mean, it's still going to be hard. He's going to have to put his queens in good positions. How many queens are we currently looking at?
MarineLorD is actually going for the 3rd base regardless. It's still useful though, because you get vision over there.
Oh wow, these 2 queens are awfully exposed, and they will both get picked up immediately. Not really doing all that much damage, getting the high ground now as well.
47 drones.
Excellent start for your MarineLorD.
That's a lot of drones for TLO.
Queen.
He needs to have there we go, speedlings. Last game, MarineLorD lost all of his units because of these speedlings.
But we learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Never go behind the mineral patches.
This is sneaky by TLO though. He has this hidden base here on the 4th. This is a bit too much for these speedlings to handle though. You really have to stay back as Zerg. There's no good offensive response against this. You're actually supposed to just sit back. Unless you can magically sneak a couple of roaches or something crazy like a roach drop or something, you're actually just meant to sit back. The speedlings are cute, but if they go to MarineLorD side, they're just going to face a wall. So I think he's going to try for the sandwich again.
Well, he's actually sending them a little bit further south for now, but so far there's been
actually
excellent
run-bys
control.
can be really good if you get the wall
If you catch
down.
the Hellions, like this. It forces MarineLorD home, maybe, but
there's one Cyclone that's going to hold the door.
Yeah, no banelings, no baneling bust, you can't do anything.
There's still a lot of Hellions and Cyclones on the other side of the map that TLO has to worry about. Yes, he has made quite a few roaches, but his Cyclone count is getting a little higher as well. And that's still a lot of Hellions. This could be a very difficult hold.
Yeah.
And quite a few drones could fall as well. And let's not forget that if MarineLorD takes the next time you know, he takes the left exit again, he's going to be able to see the creep.
This hatchery is being worked on quite a bit, and these Cyclones with the mag field upgrade are actually dealing quite a lot of damage. One more lock on, and this hatchery is going to go, I think.
Yeah, I think it's...
Are you kidding me?
God.
What?
Final shot, I guess. And he's going to be able to find the other hatchery now as well, because the creep is going to reveal it. So Marino's like, wow, okay.
Ah, yeah, he sees it now.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
The traitorous creep.
It took a couple of seconds. He's like, what? You know, you've got another hatchery. Cool, I'll pick this one up as well.
You got to take Cyclones so seriously. And this is some very heavy pressure from the turn, so it's actually not that bad to cut quite a few drones. But TLO didn't really do that. He stayed on like 50, 55 drones.
I think losing the first two queens really hurt already.
And it's such a snowbally thing, right? The Cyclones and the Hellions against Roach Ravager, they don't really lose value until maybe Infestors are out for the fungal or tunneling class, you know? So these Cyclones, they can just stay there. And I know, I've been watching a lot of TLO's games, and I think he's actually a pretty good player against Cyclone. But in this game, it just seems like he overdroned a bit and kind of ended up on the back foot. So I'm afraid that it might tilt him a little bit, because I've seen his games and he's usually pretty good against this.
Yeah, well, once again, I also think that whenever you deal with playstyles like this, it doesn't even really matter what kind of a race you play or what composition you work with.
Oh, nice bias.
Every unit counts. These balls are indeed very good.
Oh, this is ambitious by MarineLorD.
Wow.
A little bit of disrespect here, maybe. I feel like TLO got a really good trade there.
Yeah, he did underestimate the Ravagers.
Yeah.
I always think if you lose like the first couple of units before your defense truly starts, I think it becomes so much harder against a composition like Cyclone Hellion, because that's like the most mobile thing there is. You know, it just rolls back and forth, and every unit that you have is so incredibly important. If TLO was able to spread a few more creep tumors, that could have helped. Have a few more transfuse, that could have helped so much. So that just made his hold a lot easier, or a lot harder. But to be honest, I mean, he's still in this game, despite the fact that he has lost 2 hatcheries and lost a whole bunch of queens.
Yeah.
He's still sitting here on 64 drones, and that's not bad at all. I mean, they're actually dead even in workers.
And just like MarineLorD was on the back foot in the opening stages of the previous game, it's also the same for Cirque. If you can get in a good position later on and take some really good trades using the Vipers, then it's absolutely possible to come back from a position like this. Or even tunneling class. Like, if you can get a lot of roaches burrowed, catching the Terran army off guard, if you're being a bit too aggressive, then
he's getting it this time.
Yeah, you can really turn the game around. And like Diego was mentioning earlier, that MarineLorD might go for some sort of aggressive mech. If MarineLorD tries to be too aggressive and ends up, you know, above some of TLO's burrowed roaches, then that could be a problem.
Or even if he gets completely surrounded, you know, between TLO's
Oh, this is ambitious by TLO.
Oh, the Infestor though. That's so unfortunate.
That's a sick Infestor. Doesn't get too much. Yeah, this is actually turning out to be pretty good for MarineLorD, I think.
Yeah, this was really good. Ravagers.
Yeah, Ravagers expensive. Same cost as a Muta. It really stinks to lose them.
A couple of Cyclones did go down in the process. It wasn't all for nothing, but obviously TLO would have hoped for a little bit more there, especially with an Infestor in the mix as well, throwing that fungal. Yeah. 6 Cyclones have gone down throughout this game, and 16 Hellions against 10 Roaches and 10 Ravagers.
It's kind of surprising to see MarineLorD never ever transition into tanks. I guess he's just feeling confident. Even if he sees Infestors, he's just going to keep on going with this. But this is what I was talking about. Burrowed in Roaches.
Very well done there by TLO. Great sandwich.
Burrowed Infestor as well.
Yeah, he had a little bit of everything. Everything was burrowed there. I guess a few more Cyclones. Supply-wise, it's still a very even game. But good move. I'd love to see that creativity bar one more time, because he has definitely gone full TLO once again.
And that's the thing. I think MarineLorD right now is like, oh man, tunneling claw roaches.
He's like making Infestors, and he's like, you know what? I want another one. There's always a chance that this one dies to a couple of Cyclones that run by with Macfield Accelerator.
I think having 3 Infestors maybe is a very good count. It doesn't eat into your Ravager count too much. It's just having 1 is a bit weak.
This could be kind of annoying to deal with, especially after most of the Ravagers died, I believe. Yeah, not a single Ravager out. There are still 5 queens, but...
TLO is doing something on the other side of the map, though. Some sort of burrowed shenanigans.
Marina is the type of Terran that will throw down missile turrets pretty much everywhere.
Very good turret. That's very important. And the Infestor falls as well. Nice pick off there for MarineLorD. A little bit surprised he didn't chase there. Maybe he was out of energy. If you can kill those Infestors...
Wow, that run by those 16 drones going down.
Yeah, that's so scary.
Yeah, a couple of them went down, I believe, to the Liberators as well, but still good moves here by MarineLorD. Doesn't even have Blue Flame, but still got 20 drones in total. Cyclone's locking on this hatchery as well. Is there a Fongo here? Are there enough roaches to save the day? Yes, there are enough roaches to save the day. That's a pretty expensive little loss there for MarineLorD, who is still down in supply, but did just kill 20 drones, and that hatchery is now very low on HP.
Still though, a little bit of a stalemate so far. 4 base against soon to be 4 base by MarineLorD. He's adding on the 5th and the 6th command center as well. Getting his vehicle, I guess ship weapons, I don't know. Mech upgrades.
Still armor.
That's just the armor.
Yeah, he never gets weapons, which is weird.
Yeah.
It would be so nice for the tanks, but I guess
he doesn't really have that many tanks though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's starting to make a couple of them now, but so far it's been mostly Hellion, Cyclone, a few Liberators.
This really shuts down any sort of aggressive Corruptor play though, or Queen play for that matter. I agree though, it's a bit weird.
Why not both, right?
I know. You might as well if you're gonna max out and just hit there then. He's playing very aggressive.
But yeah, exactly. He has been playing pretty aggressive. This has been a fun mech game to watch. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not always a fan of mech play, but I think this kind of stuff is very cool to watch because there is a lot of mobility.
I suppose the Ravagers shoot kind of fast, so...
well, TLO is gonna just awkward. Go for it. He's burrowing all these roads. Gonna unburrow on top of the tank. Should be able to take down quite a few of these tanks. Seems like a pretty decent fight for these roaches, but there should be enough helmets in the end to clean this up. Liberator is out of position, but he's getting a lot of very expensive units there of MarineLorD.
Especially sniping the siege tank and resetting the siege tank count is very important. But I feel like the economy that MarineLorD has is probably enough to manage, after all. Only 2 Cyclones here, but it still does the job.
Yeah, you saw that. A very good micro actually on this Cyclone. Putting it out of range twice and then making sure that it's still close enough to keep the lock on. Very well done there. Just cool plays being made by both players over here. It's been a very close competitive series between these two.
Yeah.
If you just joined us once again, the winner of this match will go up against SOS, while the loser will move to the lower bracket and play against Bly.
The supplies are fairly similar, but I feel like the economic positions here definitely favor MarineLorD.
And oh my god, so many drones have gone down in the last few minutes. Like, how many drones have died in this game? Must be like 50.
Yeah, and TLO also lost 8 infestors, so his army is not even that expensive when it comes to the gas count. So definitely a pretty big lead here for MarineLorD. It's going to be very tough for TLO to turn this one around.
And he's not remaking the drones. He's just staying at 49. I don't believe he's making any more.
I think it's a lot because MarineLorD has been attacking all the time, so TLO is kind of concerned about attacks. Like, rather want to play it safe, maybe catch some of MarineLorD's units off guard and try to get a lead that way. Like, it's really scary on Frost Vertical when the turn is in your face all the time. Like, they can come through the back alley, they can go through the middle, and both very scary. If you just keep pressuring with Hellions or Cyclones like MarineLorD is, then...
So Snoot, if you're TLO right now, what is a way to potentially win this game? Because I feel he's doing a pretty decent job in defending, but I don't really see the end game here. You know, how is TLO going to be able to get a game-winning fight or do some economic damage? Because that ain't really happening.
Yeah, this is a way to get back, but tunneling Claw Roaches is not very reliable damage, and it only kind of postpones the game. Like, you can kill SCVs, you can kill some Hellions and Cyclones maybe, but those units are going to be replaced by the Sky Terran army that we saw in Gettysburg. And you also risk actually losing all of your units. So I think this is a nice attempt. It's a very risky attempt, so maybe not the best type of attempt, but
he lost a lot of
down.
Yeah, if you want to be straight up about it, I think maybe just making drones, trying to get to a comfortable drone count, like as many mineral patches, get them into use, try to run on 8 gas, tech up, go for Vipers, Broodlords.
I don't think he can survive.
Yeah,
he lost so many roaches.
Yep. Yeah, it's over now.
GG, MarineLorD takes the lead in this best of 5 after winning this game on Frost. Another sort of mech game, but a much more, I would say, action-packed one than the one that we saw before in New Gettysburg. A lot of trades, a lot of mobility, of course, with Cyclone Hellion. And,
yeah, very convincing nonetheless. It didn't feel like he was behind at any point. What do you think?
No, I think ever since the first push, you know, the first push did damage. After he got the 3rd base, he found the 4th base as well. And, you know, a couple of times TLO had a good move with those burrowed roaches, but I do agree, I never felt that the game was about to end. I mean, the roach attack that TLO made on top of the tanks was really cool, but I felt if that would have just hit a little bit faster, then there is a good chance that maybe it would have done a tiny bit more. But
I think the only time I saw a big mistake from MarineLorD in this game was just one time when he sent the Hellions and Cyclones to the very top of the map, when he was so confident against the Roaches and Ravagers.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single other move he made during this game was just pretty much flawless, I think. no real big mistake from MarineLorD, and that's what counts in StarCraft. Like, if you don't make those big mistakes, then chances are you're going to win.
Well, the fourth map is going to be played on King Sejong Station. See if MarineLorD can close it out after having a pretty rough game. I mean, TLO has definitely looked pretty good so far in this series, but he's probably wishing right now, it's like, God, I just wish that these guys would play 3 Rex Reaper against me. I literally never lose to it. Like, bring it on. I don't want to face no Cyclone Hellion.
Yeah, probably not what we're going to see on this map. I actually talked a bit with TLO about King Sejong because it was a weak map of mine for quite some time. And he's actually surprisingly confident on this map. It's one of his favorite maps, I think, to play against Terran. And I tuned into his stream a couple of times, and I've seen him play against Terran on Sejong. I think maybe he likes the Lingbane style, I'm not too sure. He's actually really good on this map, so I think this is going to be a very good game.
I also think, yeah, I think so as well. I think MarineLorD is going to go back to playing Bio, and I think he's going to show us that he's absolutely capable of winning games with Bio as well. Because if there's one thing that I think MarineLorD is very good in as well, it's just that early game, you know, that phase between 2 and 4 medevacs. I think MarineLorD can truly excel there as well. Kind of like how if you Thermal's really in the zone, you know, he's bouncing from base to base. And I think MarineLorD is just like that as well. When it comes to European Terrans, of course, there are a few Korean Terrans that truly excel at that as well. But I think Alexi is also very, very good at it. If he finds one opening, then it's often the beginning of the end. He will just not stop. Absolutely relentless with his aggression and drops.
Yeah, MarineLorD, he has a lot of builds to choose from. 2 base all-in, like with the tanky vacs at the backdoor rocks, can be good, but I expect TLO to break them down. And I would assume this to develop into a very straight-up macro game for both players.
And a massive battle around the potential 4th bases.
Yeah. This map as well is one of the very best from the WCS Grand Finals. Piano against Dark.
Oh, it was the best. It was the game of the tournament.
Like, yeah, maybe one of the games of the year for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the best games.
I was watching first-person view of Dark, and it was disgusting how good
he's
that
so
was.
fast. Like,
it's insane. It made me dizzy, Snoot. I'm not lying. I was lightheaded after watching that because I thought the game was over. You know, production was like, get ready, you know. So I started watching it, and I just, before I knew it, I was watching his first-person view for 12 minutes straight. And when it was over, I was like, oh my God, what did I just see? That's insane.
Yeah, Piano's multitasking as well is so sick. And then you see Dark actually defend in 4 places at once.
Yeah,
like, whoa.
Ridiculous. Either way, we're getting ready for game 4 between MarineLorD and TLO. Of course, the French Terran is the one spawning on the right bottom side of King Sejong, representing Millennium. I saved my double introduction there. I already said it's MarineLorD. You can move, Kevin. It's okay. And over in the left top side, looking at the main base of our German Zerg. Can it be another year of the horse? It is Dr. Dario himself, TLO.
Wait, what? Yeah, it's hatch first. Okay.
Yep.
So fairly standard. Is there gas as well? Yeah.
How do you see this map, Kalazur? Like as a Terran? It's one of the ones that you feel rather confident at, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Usually Terrans go stem drop because it's so nice to just deny the creep and Overlord vision. There's not as much dead space for Overlords, so you can really just clear them out. And the drop gets there pretty fast considering the distance from the natural to his 4th base, where it's usually where you want to land. I wouldn't be surprised if MarineLorD threw down a 2nd barracks and went for a stem drop here.
So even though this is not the best Reaper map, this is one of these maps where you still feel pretty comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Just to play straight up, I mean, because it can be hard for Zergs, I think, in general, to secure the fort and to really get something going and survive that early stage as well without taking too much damage.
Yeah, the only real weird things you're gonna see on a map like Sejong is the occasional weird proxy 4 racks opening outside of Zerg's natural, but that's not really common at the pro level. And
tell that to the Muslim, he did it today against Sword Off.
Oh, really?
Not on King Sejong, he did it on New Gettysburg.
Okay, yeah, but on Gettysburg it's more understandable and common, but on Sejong it's really weird. And the other thing would be the 2 base medevac into tank at the backdoor rocks.
Yeah, I think wishes like that can be good as well. But
yeah,
I mean,
so
these
dangerous.
days, I feel like almost every Zerg puts a couple of links on those rocks early on.
Yeah,
it's
especially
one of these things you lose against once or twice as a Zerg, and you're like, all right, never again, you know?
Never again.
Yeah, I'm going to work on these rocks from the beginning to the end.
Yep. Well, you can just, usually the tank push is something reactive. So after the links, they take away the Reaper from the turret. You can send them to the rocks to see if how much health they have and if the Zerg is working on them.
Of course, that's so smart.
Because you actually deviate the build once the medevac starts. So you can check before that, and if he didn't break the rocks, you throw down third gas, get a tech lab on the factory, and start two tanks, and it's still
that's so
perfect
cool.
timing.
Revealing so many secrets over here, Diego.
How to bait Kellizer into doing the tank all in at the backdoor rocks. Start killing the rocks only after this time.
Betraying my Terran brothers here, just for you guys.
The Reaper being
It's for
very
the greater
annoying
good.
in the bunker.
It's gonna get the salvage. Oh yeah.
Yep. Wow, this was really cool
Disgusting.
actually. But he's gonna lose the Reaper.
Look at the money from TLO, by the way. Like, just dealing with this. Like, some people look at this and in the pro game, they're like, well, that wasn't very useful. But it is, because you're distracting your opponent. You're keeping him busy. He's focusing on microing his units. He doesn't want to look silly and lose like 4 links to a Reaper in the bunker.
Fortunately, yeah, sorry.
At the same time, like, his minerals do spike up to like 700-800. Of course, he can spend it like very quickly afterwards, but it's the small things that do really add up in a game of StarCraft 2.
Yeah. Fortunately, TLO did a good job of droning up before that, but he it does matter. Like, it's important to get that supply up real fast.
And of course, you're delaying the hatch as well, you know, not by that much, but it's 30-40 seconds.
On the flip side, though, MarineLorD did delay his double drop a little bit with it, because this build is very mineral intensive. You need every single piece of mineral.
Oh, if
saw
TLO
somebody
can
else.
wait a little bit. If you can wait until the double medevacs are gone, then
Yeah, he's being
Yeah,
a
I
little
mean-
bit too overeager.
He's gonna see it though, right?
I think after MarineLorD
MarineLorD
leaves
sees.
2 Marines behind. That's what he did in some of the other games. I mean,
Ah.
this is just a little too early.
Wow.
Fortunately, the Marines are still here.
MarineLorD pulling the SUV so fast. I wonder if he's gonna lose any. Good micro so far, pulling 3 of them back, but TLO is like TLO is so precise when it comes to stuff like harassing individual low workers and stuff.
He smelled blood. He's like, I know there are a couple of very low SUVs out there, and he was able
Yeah.
to get 3. It's good, but this would have been a lot better if those medevacs would have been filled up with Marines and it would have been halfway across the map. Look at the amount of links, by the way, that
That's a lot
TLO
of
has
links.
already produced.
Could it be though, if this wall off is down?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the
think it is
like,
though.
but he
Oh, it is. Maybe,
don't
but he
mind.
has to go now in that case.
Uh,
Nice, too late. Too late.
no, look at MarineLorD. He was baiting him as well. He's like, yeah, the door is open. Now MarineLorD also knows that there are a couple of links
Yeah.
on the other side of the map. Does TLO have enough at home to deal with this?
I sure hope so. 42 circlings, that should be enough, but they have to be in position.
Scan being thrown down, a couple of overlords, Wolfpower, at least one overlord so far. Good position on these Marines.
Yeah,
Queen's a
very
little bit
nice
late to
round.
the party.
Very good wraparound by the Lynx as well, so good position for both, but TLO was a little too quick, I feel. If MarineLorD got there like 2 seconds sooner, then it would be a different case. This is weird though, like TLO shouldn't be this aggressive.
Oh,
because
is this a Baneling all-in? Yeah, it
off
is.
of 51 drones?
Yeah, not an all-in, but
Light pressure.
Heavy pressure.
it does delay your upgrades a lot, I would imagine.
But he has to survive though.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, that's a lot of Marines. That he's
It
gonna
depends
have
on
to
the
worry
production
about.
tab. If
Let's
he's
take a look at the natural of MarineLorD real quick.
12 circlings, so yeah, he might be going for it. Here we go.
Oh, no Widow Mines. That's so
And
unfortunate.
he's gonna get to cancel on the 3rd CC.
Oh, those
Amazing
SCVs, though.
gaming!
Banex could potentially... Well, no cancel, I believe, there, right? I think it just got straight up killed, but at the same time, MarineLorD is doing some damage. One Marine, one very brave Marine doing some damage on the 3rd base of TLO.
So many lanes, oh my.
But he didn't save any Banelings for the wall.
Look at the supply
That's so
though.
unfortunate.
If TLO can get rid of this and keep his queens intact, then
Yeah, easier said than done, though.
that's more drones to
Oh
destroy.
my god, that's so many drones being pulled. Wow, did the CC die? Oh, wow, the Lynx just picked it off.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
How many?
no.
Wait,
It's
He
a
didn't
one-base
let go.
Terran now. It's a one-base Terran.
a
Yeah.
cancel and a kill?
Yes.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
23
It's actually just
Wow.
1 CC left. Rip.
Wow, but it's still a lot of Marines as well. I believe there's still medevac on the right side too. This still is rather difficult because don't forget there is not a single Baneling, I believe, defensively. A lot of Queens did get picked up as well, but there are a lot of Links and these
Yeah.
Links do have 1-1
You cannot
upgrades.
unload, and the medevacs are on the left side of the map, so they have to go all the way around if you want to unload
Wow.
gradually, you know?
Yeah, if you check the income tab, TLO is way too far ahead.
The supply is even though, the power of mules, hashtag
Yeah.
mules.
35 armies playing against 32.
Great position as well by
There is
MarineLorD.
still a small chance. There is absolutely a small chance, especially with these 1-1 upgrades finishing up. Like, it absolutely has to happen within the next, like, 60 to 70 seconds. Well, TLO is actually just droning. That's so bizarre. He's making 9 drones against a one-base Terran.
I actually kind of like it because he... I mean, it's weird, but he deflected everything and he knows that the... I don't know, I think it's weird, but this is like, it's the slow way
If he
of-
dies, Snoot, you're gonna eat those words.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
the slow way of saying like, if you're not killing me, you're just 100% dead.
Oh,
you know?
good focus fire on the base.
And
I mean,
MarineLorD is nowhere close because he has so little medevac energy, so it's like he doesn't have any energy to heal his Marines.
That's
so
true. I mean, like, yes, it seems like
I
it is
think
the
it's
right
weird, though.
decision.
I agree.
It's a
weird.
ballsy move. Let's keep it at that.
It's
you know,
really
like,
ballsy, for sure, for sure.
What? He's
And this is ballsy
counter-attacking.
by TLO as well.
Yeah, you don't
This is crazy.
Especially don't go on creep like this, Dario. It's so risky.
But
Widowmine's friendly fire.
There's just too many units.
Yeah, TLO is like overly
Well,
confident right
army
now.
supply, you say that, but it's 38 army supply against
Oh, no,
30.
no, no.
He's
Please
also
no.
starting 2-2 upgrades.
Please no, not Rogue versus Alive Part 2. Come on.
Liberator is going to siege up. Spinecrawler is going to help out a little bit. There's one Viking there that does get picked off too. There is a Widowmine in the back. I mean, DLO has to have this right. It's a good surround, good engagement.
That's what I thought in Rogue
Yeah.
against Alive as well. But this map is not that easy for Terran. Compared to Galactic, this map is way harder in
Why?
a situation like this.
Army supply is still even. It's so ridiculous. I mean, still one base Terran and there's no CC on the way.
Rip.
MarineLorD is going to repair his medevacs and go again. Maybe pull the boys even. Go back to Wings of Liberty, guys. Let's pull the SCVs. Why is he... DLO is like, this makes absolutely zero
It's like, get out of my game.
So funny. I mean, he's still ahead by 34 workers. And you did start 2-2. And also, of course, bailing speed is on the way, which is very important.
See, that's why I went for 66 drones, because it's surprisingly difficult to finish off Terran players sometimes. Like, it's not over until the mutas come flapping in.
Well, I mean, there is no spike. He's throwing
Or
down a
maybe,
roach one.
maybe TLO has to go Ultralisk to
TLO's going to be a little bit
game.
careful, man. He's throwing away a lot of units. And yes, he is very rich,
He's
but...
trying to say, like, get out. Ace match.
It's not over until you kill all the buildings there in the corner of the map.
He has to start a CC, he has to start his 2-2.
If
like,
MarineLorD wins this, I will find this one of the most amazing games. Like, this will bring me back to, let's say, Lilbao Hydra of Krakow, you know, like something like that. He's going to float over his main now. I mean, army supply, it's absolutely doable, guys. Like, I'm not creating fake hype here. It's 42 against 26. One bad fight for TLO. And there's a good chance that MarineLorD just stims to victory, especially with 4 Liberators in the mix as well.
I didn't realize that this is actually only like 35 army supply for TLO. Sure,
Yeah,
it's Links and Banes, which is very powerful, but this is a lot of Liberators.
He threw away a lot.
4 Liberators is exactly what killed Rogue when he was playing against Alive. But this position on Sejong is not that easy.
A lot of Marines did just die there, though, for MarineLorD. Good position on those banelings for
Yeah,
TLO.
these Liberators aren't doing anything.
Yeah. Okay, well done by TLO. Good hold.
It takes a miracle.
Well,
I like that you didn't make empty promises like eating your shoe or something. That would be ridiculous.
yeah, who would ever do that? Crossing ball. Banelings. Oh, matter of fact, did it have any Marines in it? Or was it an
No,
empty
it
one?
was empty.
Good counter there. I mean, few more
This is so annoying. TLO just refuses to stop counterattack.
And those medevacs have been very, very bruised as well. They've been through war, man. They've been healing for days, and they've been getting shot at by spores, by queens, literally everything.
He actually held there in the net.
I can't believe he's surviving this game with 1/4 of the economy.
Yes, it's 16 SCVs. Like, this doesn't really make any sense.
And keep in mind, TLO also has 2-2 upgrades, so MarineLorD is down in upgrades also.
That's going to make a big difference, too. And I mean, he's pressuring the fort while trying to
just
steer
kill
his
him!
natural.
Just kill him!
This is a ridiculous game that we're watching, but I do think it's safe to say that TLO has survived long enough that he's just too rich, as GG is called. Dario evens up the series. It's a really awesome best of 5, guys. I'm loving it.
Yeah, these two players turning out to be very evenly matched.
That's awesome. You can hear them as well. Dario loves it. Feels good playing in front of the German fans. Once again, we've got a very international audience over here. There's a lot of people coming from all, many different countries in Europe. Some even from other continents. Not many, of course, but there are a couple of there. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of Germans as well. I don't think you have to be German to be a fan of TLO. I mean, who isn't? Deep down inside, a fan of TLO.
The last map.
Dawson Station?
Dawson Station.
Oh.
Why didn't
so
TLO
hyped.
veto Dawson Station? It's my #1 veto.
No, why veto? I'm sure he has something up his sleeve.
Yeah, it's TLO. If there is one map where you can truly be creative as a Zerg player,
it's true. It's true.
Don't tell me it's not Dawson, because it is. I just hope that he saw Violet against Beyond and that he does not decide to go for the Link Queen drop.
Right.
That didn't really work out against Beyond.
I wonder if this is a situation that MarineLorD is well used to, playing Dawson Station in CVT, because a lot of Zergs on the ladder actually just straight out veto this map.
That's very, very...
I don't know. It's kind of hit and miss, this map. I feel some Zergs really like it and some Zergs really hate it.
I think the Zerg against Protoss is not bad. Like, I think it's pretty damn
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's very cool. Creates a lot of interesting CVP games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the best game of the tournament so far, at least the most unique game of the tournament, has perhaps been Stats against Scarlet on Dasan Station. If you guys missed
That was
it at
legendary.
home. Yeah, you gotta watch it. This is sick. I must say, Silverday's HomeStory Cup has had a lot of very good games already. They're absolutely worth watching. Been having a lot of fun.
That game was so great, just from the start to the finish. It was so sick.
So many different layers of attacks that could have potentially been game-ending, but just never were. Yeah, awesome. Awesome game. Well, we are loading into Dasan Station for the conclusion of this, well, epic is maybe a big word, but definitely awesome best of 5 between TLO and MarineLorD. Once again, the winner will move on to go up against SOS. $sign himself. He just walked by. He's like, that's my name.
Casually walking by.
Yeah, he's like, God, these guys are still not done. Doesn't matter who you send. Like, I'm going to demolish them anyway. We'll see about that. He had a cheeky smile. He's like, God, I can't believe they're still playing. Like, it's funny as well because they started at the same time. No, actually, they played before, but still. I mean, SOS, his series lasted like as long as the New Gettysburg game alone. That's pretty fun. That's the legendary Goody quote. When people used to talk about Goody, they say that Goody will bring you down to his level and then beat you with experience. Alrighty, well, we're loaded into Game 5, Dasan Station. Looking at the main base of our French Terran. It is, of course, MarineLorD, representing Millennium. And on the right bottom side, hashtag esports history, the man that's representing Team Liquid, the one and only TLO. I do like it as well when the guys are having obvious fun. I feel like most of the players always is in such a good mood whenever they're at HomeStory Cup.
Ah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, 2 racks
against who first? What kind of a bull was that?
No, this is good for TLO, I think. 2 racks Reaper against full first.
Yep.
Gold base.
Drone does not spot this. Well, Put on your binoculars. Oh, that's just could not have been any closer. 1 pixel gaming would have made all the difference.
Because if MarineLorD is going to stop this gold base, then he has to send the Reaper to the right. I mean, it doesn't take that long, but if TLO can get a lot of mining done, then...
Evo chamber, super early Evo chamber.
No, is it going to be a drop build? I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, it is a drop build because he only has 1 drone. This
might actually not be a complete queen drop all-in. It might just be that TLO is going to unload a couple of links on the right side and send them through MarineLorD's back door.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
But then why would he mine more than 25 gas?
It's just a mistake. Look, I think he's taking workers out of gas
he
now.
Stopped.
Yeah. I mean, 25 or 50
I like
gas
that move actually quite a bit. It could potentially cancel the CC in the back.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because you don't expect that at all.
MarineLorD is probably going to see this gold base and he's going to be like, all right, I got 2 racks Reaper, I'm going to go to the other side.
I would have loved to see him use a different Overlord. Imagine if the Reapers got close enough and they spot it, it could give it away, and that would be so sad.
Yeah.
Reapers, they have not seen it
but
yet.
The way that the series has developed, I would be very surprised to see MarineLorD go into the mineral line one more time, you know? Every time he did it, he just lost
Reaper
everything.
via the back?
Yeah, that's normal. Now he knows, like, but from here the game is just gonna develop unless TLO is just holding down the Z key like he is now. He's actually only making lanes.
16 workers only for TLO. He's just gonna try to run across the map.
Yeah, I don't really like this
depots
too
over
much.
here. No, raise it! No, he's not gonna be able to raise it.
And he's on top of it too.
And more lanes are gonna come from behind.
Oh my god, is this it?
He has the Reapers.
Is this
Flying
how it
against
ends?
2 Reapers. I think it's gonna be it.
Circlings!
The German
triple command! Triple command! Why would you triple command on Dasan?
Madness here.
doing it.
It's
happening.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, GG! TLO wins the series against MarineLorD. To huge pleasure of all the German fans here in pre-final.
TLO.
That's awesome.
Wow.
What a series. This series had everything. I'll move as well. It's going to go over to MarineLorD. Alexi is laughing.
You baboon, you baboon. I'm going to teach you.
All right, we're going to do, of course, a post-game interview with TLO. We're going to keep it a little bit short because, of course, he has a winner's match as well, so we don't want to keep him forever. But Dario, one hell of a series, man. That's the only thing I can say at first. Why don't you talk to us about the games, what you liked the most, what surprised you? Just go ahead.
Well, first of all, I was very, very unhappy about myself, how I played against Mac, because usually I never lose against Mac. And Jens was probably making a lot of smart comments about what I was doing wrong all game long. And I had a little Jens in my head, like usually in games like that, and I could hear the disappointment.
But no, it was not so bad, not so bad. Just
he wasn't that bad, actually.
Some more Viper usage will be good.
Yeah, the Viper. I don't know what happened. Like the first time I attacked into his fourth, I lost like 8 Vipers, like very randomly. And from there on, I was a little bit maybe tilted. But against Bio, I was very happy. Sejong was very lucky because I killed the CC, I guess. But I mean, a win is a win. Like I'll just take it.
It was an awesome series. Had a little bit of everything. First game was Frozen, is that correct?
Yeah. You defended the Triple X Reaper using only Speedlings and Queens.
Wow,
and
even all weekend long.
You even snuck in the third base when a lot of Zergs wouldn't.
Yeah, well, he made a mistake, though. He went too deep with his Reapers. I think trading the Reapers against drones was pretty favorable for me. But I'm very confident nowadays against 3-Rex Reaper.
Even only using Speedlings?
Yeah,
Queens.
Except against Thermal. Like, he's the only player on the planet that I'm scared of 3-Rexing. Maybe Kalasor.
No, we haven't played in a long time, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, actually since last year or something.
He's absolutely the Reaper man of North America.
Yeah, when we are both out of the tournament, we can go for
a little show match. And I mean, often whenever a player has like such a long game on New Gettysburg, where I felt like early game things were going pretty well for you.
Yeah, I was very far ahead.
Yeah, I think you shut down a lot of stuff. You ended up losing like a 30-minute game. It can be incredibly frustrating, but it felt like you kept your composure very well, and it didn't like do much with you, like because you looked incredibly good in game 4 and 5, I think.
Well, I think it's just a little bit of the benefit of doing this so long. Like, you start just not caring as much. I know what it does to you. Like, I know that you can get emotionally lost there. Yeah. So I just try to forget about it.
And when you were loading into Dasan Station on Game 5, like, obviously Dasan is a wild map. We all know it. Was this the plan all along, or was this something that you, like, made up in the loading screen? You're like, I'm just going to do it.
Well, I like to do the link drop at the back. But then I actually screwed up a little bit and got lost in the all-army hotkey. and then I was chasing the Reaper with way too many links. And then the depots were open and a little smile appeared on my face. Because I knew he done goofed.
Press that H button immediately, hold position, never let go. It's like, hold down the fort, boys. Like, the reinforcements are coming.
Yeah.
Very fun series. Not going to keep it too much long because, of course, you've got one more big series coming up. Unless you want to add any final things.
No, I'm good. Looking forward to playing SOS.
Yeah. Guys, any questions for Dr. Dario?
About Dasan, some Zergs, actually most Zergs, they decide to veto Dasan. Are you just comfortable on that map, or are you like, okay, I have a build, I'm gonna use it?
I just think Galactic is way worse.
Yeah.
I agree, actually.
Yeah, like
I'm surprised more Zergs don't veto Galactic instead of Dasan.
Yeah, that's what
Taking
I do.
Notes.
Also, because most Terrans, like, at worst case, it becomes like a coin flip. And I take a coin flip over Galactic, you know?
Yeah, which is not a coin flip. It's
no,
more like...
it's a very badly balanced coin.
A moment coin.
Yeah, it's a moment coin.
Jens, any final questions?
No, I'm good. I'm looking forward to the match against SOS.
Yeah, me too.
Should be good.
Can we expect something, or you're just gonna...
So I think he's gonna be the gangster, and I'm gonna be the proud, macro player that is gonna try to shut down all the bullshit.
You never know, though. Are there gonna be some last-minute improvising going on?
Yeah,
maybe.
It can always happen with me. Sometimes there's always on one side there's a little Jens on my shoulder, and on the other it's the old TLO, and they're fighting.
I think that's
no, I'm loving it. It's good.
I think that's the perfect way to wrap up this section.